What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up. What's happening, y'all? Let's get this shit going, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Upset City. What a week of upsets. What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-hosts, Kyle and Smitty. Say what's up.
What's going on?
We got a jam-packed show for y'all tonight. Obviously going to touch on this past week's games. Got some hot takes that Kyle rounded up from YouTube and TikTok to kind of go over and discuss. And then obviously the week 6 games. So before we get into all that, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the video. Y'all doing your thing. Keep it up with the support. You know, we're consistent everyday shorts. We're clipping the podcast, posting the videos, so keep tapping in on that. Appreciate the love and support.
Yeah, we really do. We appreciate it so much. I mean, I was looking at some numbers earlier today. Since last week's show, we've gotten 115 subscribers just in the last week, and we've done just in the last month 2.4 million views on the channel. Just in the last 4 weeks. That's absolutely insane. We appreciate it so much. Thank you.
I told y'all adding me was gonna be a good idea, man. I know y'all ain't seen my face in about 2 weeks, but it's okay. I'm working on getting my studio set back up so I can start doing these shits from the car. But the Wi-Fi in the house is really shitty right now. They doing like some fiber optic stuff to the neighborhood. I can barely get any service, bro. Like, and then it's spotty, like. So I just be like, you know what? I'll just do it off my phone. I got 2 phones. I use the hotspot from one phone. We can do it like this until I get back comfortable. But I told you, me was gonna be some entertainment, man. I told you.
Yeah. It's Smitty the missing link. So
I ain't even crashed out yet. They ain't even seen me crash out yet.
Not yet.
We'll see. We'll see about these hot takes if you crash out yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gonna see.
Let's hop into these hot takes, Kyle. So take it away.
Yeah. So just to give you guys background, I went and posted a short about a week ago, and I also posted a TikTok asking people for their hot takes regarding the NFL. I posted in the comments. I'm going to read off their names, and I'll give you the hot take, and we'll discuss. All right. Some of these are kind of nuts. Some of these are accurate. Some of them are mild. We'll see. But let's go ahead here. So let's see. At ZGamer-EM5UU. Jackson Dart is the Giants' franchise quarterback as of now. Russ and Jameson have no chance of winning the starting job back again. So I guess you could split those up into 2 different things. I certainly would because I have different opinions on both of them. But what do you guys think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston don't have a chance to get the starting role back unless he goes on like a terribly shitty run of play or injury.
Mm-hmm.
But Jackson Dart's probably the guy for the rest of the 2025 season. Franchise guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. He played what? 1 game, 2 games?
2 games.
2 games. You know, he showed some flashes here and there, but he also showed a lot of flashes of being a rookie. So he's still got a lot to learn. I don't know if I'd say franchise guy. But I remember I'll make this comparison, at least for me, you know, back in 2016, Carson Wentz showed flashes of being a franchise guy, but he also showed flashes of, you know, being a rookie and making a lot of mistakes and being
today's Carson Wentz.
Incompetent.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody, you know, I mean, once we got into the heart of the season, nobody was saying like, he is going to be a top guy.
No.
So I think I'd pump the brakes a little bit on that Jackson Dart being like, a top guy propaganda, but
right.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the Giants have some sort of life short term.
Right. What I will say that the things that have translated instantly for him are getting the team, being able to rally around him, that and also his legs, his mobility. Those two things have been pretty good since I think he's got over like 120 rushing yards between the two games, so that's pretty great. But yeah, you can clearly tell they don't trust him as a quarterback yet. I mean, he's only getting like 20 some passes a game. I mean, you can tell they don't trust him that much because they're running Cam Scatabo like 20 times a game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not a franchise guy yet, but I would say he's got the job locked down for the rest of the year. What do you think, Smitty?
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, shit. I mean, you see, the coach was on the sideline saying that's our guy. So, I mean, if you got that much hype as a coach, man, yeah, the other two guys pretty much dead. I don't know about franchise guy. I got to see a little bit more for that. 2 games can't give me franchise guy. He has been playing decently, but not franchise guy yet, man. Not franchise guy yet. You know what? I really don't. In the first 2 years, I sometimes can't even tell if you the franchise guy, bro, because sometimes it take a little time to. But his athleticism is translating. But like you said, it's only been like 40 passes, bro. If I give you franchise tag after 40 passes, then I'm premature. You know what I mean? So
he's getting keys to week 10.
Yeah. I might as well re-sign you in year 2. So if I'm gonna do that.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I think we're all on board. At Demarius Coffee, Emeka Egbuka is one of the best rookies we have seen since Jaden Daniels. Well, obviously since Jaden Daniels, that was last year. I'll change it up. Is he the best rookie receiver we've had since Odell?
Didn't Justin Jefferson go crazy?
He did.
Justin Jefferson went crazy.
Yeah.
Let's finish it first. He is having a fire start.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for a bonehead play by Andrew Makuba, though,
yeah,
he would have had a horrible week. But you know what I mean, neither here nor there. He is having an outstanding first 5 games, like he off and running. So he is having a great start. But let's finish the season. I think he is having a phenomenal season though, with a team that has a slew of receivers. You know what I mean? We didn't even think he was going to get this much burn year 1 because he plays the same role as Chris Godwin.
Yep.
I want to see how that really looks when all 3 of them there. You know what I mean? I really want to see, because right now you're letting Chris kind of play the Mike role, which can work out right now, but I want to see how it works when Emeka has to play his role, and then you got to figure out what role you play Chris Godwin in, because Mike is back at X.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's been good him taking advantage of his opportunity, but let's see it over a whole season. He has been balling out though. He has.
I will go ahead. Yeah.
Obviously, like the original take since Jaden Daniels. Well, no shit. Jaden Daniels was last year, but he's probably. I'd say he's probably top 5, maybe top 3 wide receiver so far of the 2020s in terms of rookie season.
Yeah.
But again, that's projecting that he can continue to keep this pace up for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
As more film gets out on how to stop him, we'll see how he reacts to that. And then, obviously when Mike Evans comes back, where he fits in.
Yeah.
But he's been balling out. Give him his flowers.
I mean, I'll touch on that a little bit. I mean, similar to Jackson Dart, I don't think Mike Evans takes many targets away from him. I think Emeka Egbuka is probably still going to be the most targeted player week to week. He's doing shit that's just that not a lot of guys in the NFL period are doing right now. And honestly, it's going to help him more than anything bringing Mike Evans in, because that's just more attention that he's going to have to get at that X spot. And that's going to let Emeka Egbuka work around the slot and do what he's got to do. because once they start getting film on Emeka Egbuka, they're gonna have to switch it up to more film with Mike Evans on the field too. So like they're constantly going to be chasing that this season. So I think it's pretty safe.
Him and Mike on the field together though. They know how that's going to look.
One game.
Thought it was
that's
2.
my only thing.
I thought Mike played the second game.
Didn't he get hurt early on? I don't know.
Something like that. I think so.
But still, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you're right though. A lot of run left to go in the season. This next one, let's see what you guys think about this. At the T-Perd 492 says Jaden Daniels is better than Jalen Hurts.
What is this, Washington fan no ball now? Who is this?
What the world? I hope this wasn't one of the ones, because that's ridiculous.
Does Bro forget that he got 55 hung on him by Jalen Hurts? Like, what are we talking about?
Maybe.
Jalen Hurts had one of his best playoff games against that team, and guess what? Jaden Daniels had one of his worst.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's young. He is trending up, but he ain't better than Jalen, man. I know people want to look at the numbers or whatever, but
yeah,
I mean he didn't have he had a decent rookie season, but it wasn't like phenomenal. Yeah. The result was more phenomenal than the statistics.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue
going to the NFC Championship game is what got him the clout, not his actual just quarterback play.
Yep.
He's getting more credit for a team achievement than he is for what he actually did as a quarterback. Like, he didn't put up 4,000. He didn't put up 40 touchdowns. Like, he didn't achieve nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I've watched my quarterback put up 45 before. You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna go there. You know what I mean? But you know, I understand y'all want to jump on the new hot trade. But Jaden Daniels is not better than Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. Hot take, fraud.
Yeah, that's a hot take fed straight from Get Up or First Take.
Facts.
like I get the statistics, but they don't tell the whole story. And obviously, when you see these playoff matchups, I mean, they literally went head to head for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and one showed up and one didn't. And that one was obviously Jalen Hurts.
If Jalen Hurts finishes that first game, Jaden Daniels goes 0-3.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we were about to go up,
cooking their ass.
We were about to go up. What was it, 14-0 at that point, and then Bobby Wagner spearheaded Jalen Hurts or Frankie Louvu, whoever it was. One of them.
Louvu.
Yeah, but
I don't even think Jaden Daniels is as good right now as 2024 Jaden Daniels. Let alone Jalen Hurts. So, yeah, kind of an outrageous statement. This one's interesting here. The Patriots and the Panthers will both make it to a Super Bowl within the next 3 seasons. That's at Kevin Comments. That's ridiculous. The Patriots one's not, but the Panthers are not going to be ready for that.
Even the Patriots one's a low key of a stretch, but I can see it. But like, this ain't like 2003. This is not the Panthers. Like, no matter how hard they try, they're like the Bears of the NFC South. They're just ass.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots, they're in that loaded AFC. They have, we know the gauntlet of competition they have to deal with. Now, if they make a couple moves to bring in some like top tier players at some important positions.
Yep, year 3,
like
year 4.
If they get in if they get in like a number 1 wide receiver, or another big piece on that defense, like they can be in that conversation. But we'll have to wait and see. That's really the whole thing. But if anybody had more of a chance to make a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, it's obviously the Patriots.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because they've got kind of the they're probably at step 2 of 5 if you look at the steps to try to become a contender. I mean, they started their rebuild. They got a few cornerstone pieces. Christian Gonzalez, Drake May looks like he's not slowing down in year 2. Over the next 3 years, you're looking at year 3, 4, 5. Drake May constantly improving, maybe, who knows? But they're definitely going to need to rebuild the receiver room by then, because Stephon Diggs at 38's not going to cut it. And they're gonna have a lot of work to do with the roster. But I mean, I like Mike Vrabel as a coach, so like, there's a lot of good things to think about the Patriots. Also, like, they're in a dumpster fire division outside of the Bills, and where will they be in 3 years with their cap situation? So
yeah,
it's interesting.
And
Panthers,
we kind of saw it on Sunday night too. Could be
right.
changing of the guard over the next few years in the AFC East, but we'll see.
Who knows? Justin Fields might take a step. You never know.
Hey,
we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Yeah, we're not going to go there. What do you think, Smitty?
I agree. I think out of the two teams, the Patriots got the best chance. I don't really know about the Panthers, man. Like, I think I like what I see, like, on paper. When I'm watching them on the TV, it's just like not gel. It don't look good. And I'm not really sold on Bryce Young yet. I think he has the potential, right? Like, we've seen games where he's like, oh shit, he kind of might be the guy. But then you also turn it to like the next week and you like, dang, is he really like playing like this? Like, is this really what he gonna give me right now? So I think it's like a fluctuation right now with the Panthers. But like, if you look at it too, I think the Patriots got the best chance of really running it, you know what I mean, really running it up. Because I know you said step 2. I think they're a little bit further up the ladder. I think they rebuilt that defense. They brought in a coach that fits that defense. They kind of building the offense with some young pieces. I think they got 2 more drafts to really probably punch it home, bro. Like, not saying they're gonna get a championship, but like really like now they like when they play the Bills like, okay, like unlike what they did in this week where they were like, oh, it's a bye week. Okay, we gotta respect them. They really coming with it. You know what I mean? They really bring the heat. I think they got some, you know what I mean, some missing pieces, obviously, but I think 2 drafts, if they get the right piece, 2 drafts where they hit, I think they can contend with Buffalo and, you know what I mean, really fight them boys.
Yeah, they're
not
like
far off.
They're 2 good drafts, and like when we were on the come up, early 2020s, one AJ Brown trade away from being legit contender in the conference. Yep. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out, but that's kind of how it looks right now.
Yeah. Switching gears a little bit, Roger Goodell has made the NFL boring and uses all of the Taylor Swift bullshit, fans, and ratings to cover the real fans leaving.
I think he really ducking the Taylor Swift shit now.
Yeah,
I really do. He going away from that shit because they was like really promoting her so goddamn much, and now they like, maybe we should try another route because this isn't quite working how we thought it would. Because at first, all the Swifties were like, yay, we're football fans now, and now all the real fans are like, we're tired of these motherfuckers. Like, we really tired of these motherfuckers that don't know ball. They fucking glitz and glamour, and guess what? They half the reason motherfuckers got to go out here and put up 500 and 600 yards because that's all they think about is how it can be flashy and how we can get flags and dumb shit. Like, you're making the game.
Even if it's a loss, it's a sexy loss, and it's fine because they played good and they put up the numbers. But you lost the game.
So I'll say this: I don't think those fans are the same as the Swiftie fans because those fans have been around since the dawn of the sport. How I look at it is, it's very clear that they were not pushing Taylor Swift because the NFL was losing its real fans. That's clearly not true. The NFL continues to grow every single year. That's the reason the salary cap keeps going up.
It's just to capitalize on the moment of her and Travis Kelce.
The fans
They're
that
trying
leave,
to milk every single ounce out of it.
Yeah, there are 2 types of fans that leave. Ones that think everything's political and don't like to follow things if they have a political agenda. And the other people are the ones that are 90 years old and miss the way Joe Namath used to play football. Those are the 2 those are the 2 fans that leave watching the sport. But yeah, that I think that comment's kind of ridiculous. They definitely have cut back, obviously. I don't think she's been to a game this season.
Hey, you never know. Maybe it's a closet Chiefs fan who's just kind of pissed about the 2-3 start.
Could be.
Or maybe it's the fact that Taylor Swift's real team actually beat her boyfriend.
Yeah.
In the bowl.
Fiance.
Whatever.
All right.
Same
Here's one here. Randy Moss is overrated. This is from at Dolphins fan -06C. Randy Moss is overrated.
Well, that makes sense.
Randy
Dolphins
Moss.
fan.
Randy Moss is probably the most gifted receiver to ever play the sport.
I want to hear what Smitty has to say about that.
Yeah.
Randy Moss is overrated.
You see how quiet I was?
Yeah.
I was like really over here, like, what in the whole hell did this man just? You know what? I know what it is. I figured it out. I just figured it out. I just put my finger on it. He only mad that he only called him that because Randy Moss ain't choose his team at some point. You know what? If he would have chose to come to your team,
yes, you're 100% right. He's a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he chose the Patriots over you because y'all was at his kneecaps. Y'all was begging him to come play with Chad Pennington. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all was telling him we got a quarterback for you, and it was Chad Pennington. Then you tried to go sign Dante Culpepper in the last weeks. He was like, please, Randy, come play for us. And then Randy was like, no, I'm going to play with Tom. I'm sorry. I'm going to play with Bill and Tom. I'm going to kick your ass. I know what it is. See, man, people got to stop their fandom from their hot takes. Your fandom can't be part of the hot take, man. It can't be part of the hot take.
They say facts over feelings, and that's a
salty take. That ain't a hot take. That's a salty. You mad? You hurt. Your feelings are hurt.
Yeah. What? So quick, real quick. Who do you guys think are the top 3 pure talents at receiver all time? For me, it's Moss, Calvin Johnson, AB.
AB.
It's probably as a receiver. Yeah.
It's probably Moss, Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice, in my opinion.
Probably Jerry Rice too.
And a close 4th is T.O.
Yeah, T.O. up there.
I'm going Jerry. I'm going Randy. T.O. That's my top 3.
The certified 3. I respect that. Yeah. So I wonder what he means.
Some people argue that. Would y'all argue that Larry Fitzgerald is top 5?
Larry Fitzgerald don't drop the football. He should be up there.
Yeah. I mean,
top 5, maybe.
It's tough because there's so many good wide receivers, but he's definitely in that top 10 conversation.
Hey, listen,
sure.
him and AB got 2 of the craziest runs NFL has seen, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
AB got a 6-year run. I don't think nobody can touch, but I still can't put him up there because he's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a controversial.
Yeah, Larry, 1,400, 1,100, 1,000, 1,400, 1,400, and then a 1,400 after the season he got hurt.
I told you, bro, that run was dumb. He went crazy, bro.
Yeah.
In a league that wasn't throwing the ball like that.
Right. And what's crazy is he had a late career resurgence, 2015 to 17, 1,200, 1,000, 1,100, all with 100 receptions in each year. That's crazy. He had 2 primes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Larry's up there.
I low key want to put. I put him 5. If I got him in the top 5, he got to be 5 though.
The only thing with Larry for me is that he doesn't have the eye pop season that all these other guys have. AB's got an 1,800 season. Calvin's got almost a 2,000. Jerry's got, pick one. Randy obviously is you're at the Patriots. That's the only thing with Larry for me.
So but look at it like this though. Larry was playing with the bottom of the barrel shit.
Agreed. Yep.
He had and in those 2 primes, think about his quarterbacks, Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer, bro.
Yeah.
Washed up versions of them too. Not even the prime versions. The fact of, and then he got some more quarterbacks. I don't even know what the other quarterbacks was. He had some shit. But he had a season didn't he have his last season with Josh Rosen?
Probably.
Josh Rosen was made him retire, bro.
Yeah.
He had some shitty quarterbacks, but I can see why he didn't have one of those career record breaking type seasons. I get
right. He never had more than 13 touchdowns in a season.
Yeah.
Now 13's a good amount.
But the same way, but we're gonna look at Mike Evans the same way though.
Sure, you're right. Yeah, but we're not gonna put Mike Evans in the top 5 receiver discussion.
No, because he ain't even never had a run like
no.
But that Larry run when he carried them bitches to the Super Bowl, bro.
Yep.
Nobody had the Cardinals going to the Super Bowl. This man went on the craziest playoff run I ever seen, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
It seemed like every time I was watching that game, it was like Larry. I'm like, God damn, do y'all have any other players? And then he finally gave out the gas on the last drive of the Super Bowl.
Yep. But
all right.
Yeah, facts over feelings with that Randy Moss take.
Yeah, that's salty shit, man. That's salty shit, man. Stop doing that. Don't do that. I appreciate the hot takes, but don't be salty about your hot take.
Yep.
This ain't salt takes.
All right, I got one for y'all. Sim1An says, the NFL attempting to go global will kill around 50% of its domestic interest in the NFL 2 decades post them achieving this global market. So they're saying that as the NFL starts to get more global, domestically it'll start to fall off. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know.
Haven't the numbers gone up since we started going out?
They have.
So I want, in pure totality, probably sure. I wonder what the specific domestic numbers look like.
I know the NFL is really hot in Brazil. I didn't really know that until like we went out there, but I talked to like some people that was from there, and she was even like soccer and American football is like 2 of the biggest things out there. So I'm assuming we making some type of progress. I mean, I wouldn't see Roger Goodell doing it and then thinking it's going to diminish what we are worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key is we're not going to know until we have teams that actually are based outside of the U.S.
I don't think we're going to get that.
It's logistically tough to do that. Like they were. I've heard rumblings of like a London or Europe division.
Y'all don't remember how bad NFL Europe was?
Yeah. It's tough to do that.
Horrible. It was horrible. And you think you're gonna have teams traveling over there for 17 games? Are you crazy?
What they should do is, if they want to expand, they need to test it in Mexico and Canada. That's what they should do.
That's really the only logistical ways to go outside of the U.S. I mean, you look at the NBA. I mean, it's a global game, but the only non-U.S. team is the Toronto Raptors.
And they're not very far north from. They're only like 2 or 3 hours from New York. So
so that's really the only, in my opinion.
It's hard to do that because the travel and the expense. Now that's gonna kill you, because now 8 teams, at least 8, because you gotta have at least 8 or 9. You gotta have 8 home games.
Yep.
So now you're telling me 8 teams a season have to travel over there.
Yeah.
You gotta do that shit every 4 years, and then when a team or teams that are over in Europe, well, if they have the number 1 seed, now we gotta travel over there for a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I think
now you got to think about hosting Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough. Which is why I think that until there is actually some serious talk about it from like close league sources.
But I haven't heard anything about a team. Have y'all? Y'all heard about them bringing the team from?
No, they can't. They can't bring one team. They'd have to bring a whole division over there for it to logistically work. Because if they bring one team over there,
so now you're talking about 4 teams, 32 games. So that's 32 teams that have to travel across that water.
Right, but they would, I think if they were to do it, they would do 4 teams, because those other teams wouldn't have to come over as much, because they would have 8 games.
I think they would do it like this. If I was them, Kyle, I think they'd do it like this: Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Germany. I think that'd be the 4 teams.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? It seems like that's what they expanded to the most. Like they got what? Didn't they have 2 games or London or whatever one they have in the majority games? I think that'd be where they put the team. But then you have to officiate with the football.
Yeah, I still think it's tough though having like a European team. I mean, like the travel.
It's gonna be tough regardless, bro. I
Yeah.
don't think they put one outside the states.
No, until there's
I'm
actual.
pretty sure they had chances to do that shit already.
Yeah,
they have.
I won't be surprised if one goes to like Toronto at some point. I won't be surprised about that.
Yeah, Toronto or Mexico City, I wouldn't be shocked. But
well, didn't Canada try to put it in the bid for Buffalo some years back?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Before they got good again, but I think it was like in the early 2000s. I think Canada tried to. I'm not sure, but I know Canada did try to put in the bid for a team before.
Yep.
I can't remember when. People, because I know Mexico did too.
Yeah.
But I just don't think the NFL sees it as a positive. The travel is just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Until
they already struggle with views on the West Coast as it is.
Yeah.
Facts.
Until there's like actual talk about it, I don't see it happening.
No. No. Yeah. It's already ruffling a lot of feathers, making teams stay over there for like an 8-day stretch when they play back to back.
Yeah.
Shit, them boys is over there, 14 days, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Then they were just like, fuck it, we're going to take a bye. I guess they hung out over there.
All right. At Ruben, we'll say Ruben because there's a bunch of words I can't pronounce. At Ruben, the Colts aren't that good. They just have the easiest schedule. So I don't know how far he means by that. I think they're good. I think they're probably last year's Vikings. That's probably where they're at. Like, could they win 14 games just from a bad division and luck from a schedule? Maybe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the AFC's kind of shown to be a little weak. I mean, to say they can't go on a better run than the Vikings did last year, I don't think that's necessarily crazy either, but I don't know if they're great.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm high on that marriage of Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones just because of how well and efficient Daniel Jones has been playing, along with the defense, the running game. Like, they could definitely win you a playoff game. So I think, we're seeing it more as the season's going on. Like, we had questions at the beginning of the year, like, is this the 2024 Saints where they came out white hot the first 2 weeks of the season, put up nearly 100 points?
They far past that now.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, like we had questions about the Saints. They turned out to be fraudulent. We were like, is the Colts the same? But as we sit here week 6, they've put together some pretty impressive games against some, they weak teams, but also some not weak teams. I mean, they held the Rams pretty good, even though they lost, but
they're doing great teams do: blow out the bad competition and play well to play average to above average against other good teams. Like, they're doing exactly what they need to. We just got to see them play at Jacksonville or some shit like that. Like, we need to see them play a game like that. I would say, I think that this team is better set up for success than the Vikings were last year. And I don't think the defense is quite as good. It's definitely a good unit. But having Jonathan Taylor running the way he is with that offensive line combined with the offensive weapons they have, they've got everything that they need. And they're not like protecting Daniel Jones at all. Daniel Jones is out there slinging the fucking pill. Like, yeah, he's not, they're not protecting him at all. The playbook is completely open and he's just doing his thing. And he's making occasional mistakes, but it's not like when he was with the Giants, it felt like, okay, a pick happened in the first quarter, wins the second one, everything's going downhill now. It's kind of like when Daniel Jones throws a pick this season, I'm kind of like, all right, well, we'll see what they do next drive. And, they score. Like, I think they're good. I don't want to call them great yet until I see them play like another equally talented team. I think the Rams are better than what their record says. So like them losing to them doesn't surprise me. So, but yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the whole thing.
You really got to look at what's been set up, right? Because like, look what he did with like the quarterbacks he's had. Like Anthony Richardson wasn't that great. Shane Steichen has kind of been like elevating towards that moment. I think he finally found like a quarterback that kind of like fits what he needs. You know what I mean? He even like didn't they win like 10 games with Gardner Minshew? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like I think he was just waiting for a guy that like really fits his mold. And I think when you look at like how he really set it up, I think when you get a guy like Daniel Jones who fits the mold, who does some of the things you like to do, and then you kind of have him at a stage in his career where he's kind of molded. He's seen some different things. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to the Vikings for last year?
Mm-hmm.
So he's been on there seeing like Kevin O'Connell, who teaches you how to see the field a little bit better as a quarterback. And then you go to Shane Steichen, who now that you see the field better, I guess, if you want to say, now you see the field better. Now I simplify everything on the field and give you, even though it's big throws, they still simpler throws. We giving you two reads and go.
Yep.
And Daniel Jones is reading the field well at this moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they great. I think they're a talented team with a talented coaching staff. They're playing really well right now. But we have seen teams play like this, and candy apples turn into mush balls.
Yep.
So I want to see it finish out. I think for the start of the season, they have started it out great.
Yeah. I'll say last thing I'll say on it is that's interesting to me is one of his biggest factors of like having some form of ability when he was with the Giants was his legs, and he's just not using them this year, which is interesting. Like all this success has been coming from throwing the ball. Now he's got 3 rushing touchdowns, but like he only's got 56 yards. It's not like he's escaping the pocket and doing what he used to do. He's sitting back and he's dissecting defenses. And the other part of it is too that he's never had a pick problem. It's always been a fumbling problem, and that's been cleaned up over the last 3 years. The most picks he's thrown in the season is 12, and that was in his rookie year. So like I definitely think he could keep up this level of play more so than I thought.
But his fumbles come from the running though more than him standing in the pocket.
Right.
It's on like goofy runs where he got like the ball unsecure and then somebody just come along like.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like there's an opportunity here for him to maintain this level of play. And if he can do that, I mean, hey, listen, like the Vikings were 14-3, but like they weren't legit. No, but I would say for the season, they were a great team. Like they did what they had to do. They made the playoffs. They didn't make it deep in the playoffs by any means, but to say that the Colts like will have a failure of a season if they end up doing what the Vikings would do last year, then I don't see that being the case. But to at least finish off the way the Vikings did, I think they could for sure. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. All right. I don't think I've got anything else here that's really interesting. Okay, here's another one that we're gonna deeply discuss. AJ Brown is not a top 10 wide receiver. Some recency bias, of course.
Yeah, definitely some recency bias.
Right.
I don't know if you could sit here if you look at the last few years, take out the whole first 5 games of this year.
Yeah.
Because not only AJ Brown, but we've seen some other receivers, marquee receivers, have a lack of production.
Yep.
Albeit whatever circumstance it is. But AJ Brown is a consensus top 10 wide receiver in the league.
Uh-huh.
He's arguably top 5 wide receiver in the league.
I would say he consensus top 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go that far.
Everybody puts him in the top 5.
They do.
It's not many lists where he's not been top 5 outside of this season. It's not many lists where he's not top 5.
Right.
Yeah.
It's usually Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, a mixture of Tyreek Hill or whatever, and AJ. They all in the top 5 usually.
Well, how about this? Let's talk about who we know for sure is better than him to start. Justin Jefferson.
I don't know for sure, but yeah, I'll give you that.
Better receiver.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Puka Nacua.
No.
Dude.
No.
No?
No. I'm not giving you that, bro. They put Puka in winnable positions. He plays a lot of slot. I'm not giving you a slot guy over a guy that plays in the X. I'll give you Justin Jefferson because he plays a lot of X. Puka plays a lot of slot. I'm not giving you him or CeeDee Lamb. Let's move on.
Dude. You can't take away someone's production because of where they line up.
Yeah, I can. We can't match you up. Guess what? I can go out right now. We know exactly where AJ Brown gonna be at. Best cornerback, go guard AJ. I can't follow you in all these damn positions when you in motion 3, 4, 5 times before the play start because we want to find out. We want to put you on a linebacker so you can abuse the linebacker. I'm not. Come on, man. You got to think about how it's really playing. We are giving you a favorable matchup because we don't believe putting you in one position is a favorable matchup.
I still don't know if I mean, literally since he's stepped foot into the league, it's just consistent dominance from Puka Nacua. Like it's not like it's.
Or is it consistent dominance, or is it Matthew Stafford being who he is and really just feeding him the pill 170 damn times?
Is it AJ Brown or is it Jalen Hurts being a top 5 passer at quarterback?
It's a mixture of the two, but AJ was putting up 1,000 yards on a heavy rushing team before, right? With Ryan Tannehill. So you want to argue Ryan Tannehill being top 5?
No, that's not my point.
We can dig in the bag. I'm not taking Puka over AJ.
All right.
I probably wouldn't take Puka over him either, but hey, Puka is a dog. I'll give you that.
All right.
It's like who's your favorite kid? I like Puka, but I like AJ better.
That's a little bit of a. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's probably better than AJ at this point.
No.
No.
It's not.
Let's see. What else we got here? Jamar Chase.
I'm giving you Jamar.
I'll give you Jamar and Justin Jefferson.
What about Amon-Ra St. Brown?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Okay. This isn't me arguing if he's out of the top 10. This is just me trying to figure out where he lines up. All right.
To me, he's probably 3, 4, at worst 5.
Yeah, but I feel like every given Sunday he's not even 20. Like that's the thing. Most of these guys.
Yeah, but there's
consistency matters.
Think about since he joined the Eagles.
3 All-Pros, 3 Pro Bowls, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl appearance. I mean, 1,400, 1,000, right?
Yeah, 1,000 on only 13 games.
You could say not any other receiver in the league has that resume.
Look at his number.
Better than
hey, you want to hold on over that same stretch? Look at Jamar Chase numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
He competing with Jamar. He competing with Justin. Like the numbers are close.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not arguing that he's out of the top 5. I'm just trying to figure out where he lines up. I think AJ's on his best day is probably for me 4. On his worst day, like 6 or 7. That's just kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'll let 6 slide. I don't know about 7.
Yeah, because I think to me, I think it's clear to me. It's clear Jamar and Justin are better. I would argue Puka's better.
Look at the targets on those other guys compared to AJ.
Sure.
And look.
Yeah.
Double. They got double the targets.
Well, my thing is that the wide receiver doesn't control how many times the ball's thrown on.
Yeah, but you give AJ double the targets. AJ putting up retarded numbers.
All right, let's look at him. AJ, let's see. That's Jamar. Hang on. I'll compare it to Jamar. So, Jamar, targets. This is his 17. Well, we won't do his 1,700 year because that was an anomaly. We'll do his 1,200-yard season. That's probably standard. That's a 16 game. That's 145 targets, 100 catches for 1,200. Let's see, AJ Brown. His best season was, so about 145, 158. So he's on pace with.
That was one season, though. I mean, overall, I was talking about overall targets, like the 3-year
Puka.
span. Last year, I think he only had like 60 targets.
Yeah.
The year before that, I think he had like 70 targets. Like, and then he had like that one outlier season where he got like 140, where he had like 89 receptions or something like that for 1,400.
Puka definitely gets like a game. Puka averages like a game's worth more targets. He's at his rookie season. He had 160. He probably would have blown that out of the water in 24. He was at 106 through 11 games, and he's already at 62 through 5. So yeah. No hate. I'm just trying to figure out.
I get what you're doing. You're trying to figure out the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say to me it's Justin, Jamar, Puka, and then AJ is alongside Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and that's probably it. I mean, if Garrett Wilson keeps getting 1,100-yard seasons with the ass, we're gonna have a conversation at the end of the year. But
From stat patter of the year, no, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation later on.
But AJ Brown not top 10. This is pure.
Yeah, that's egregious.
All right, be a Washington fan.
The Jags will only lose 3 to 4 games this season, but will lose to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. The Jags aren't making the AFC Championship game.
And they're not losing to the Chiefs because they just beat them. And if they're not going to play them in the championship game, then they're not going to play them again this year.
Yeah. I think the Jags are cool. We were talking about it yesterday. They're fun. They're good. They're a good team. And I think if Trevor Lawrence can at least play as good as he has been this season, they'll continue to be good and they might win that division. But I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs, dude. I just don't.
Yeah. I'm about where you're at with that too. You know, I mean, first year head coach, obviously, they got some juice, but you want to see it consistently. And obviously once we get to the playoffs, what that's going to look like, we'll see, but
yep.
I don't know. AFC Championship, I don't know. I think if you had to pick between the Jags or the Colts going to the AFC Championship, who would you pick? I'd take
the over. I'm going to take the Colts. I'm definitely going to take the Colts because I think the Colts have more to work with outside of their quarterback. Jonathan Taylor can win them a playoff game. I don't know if Travis Etienne can.
Yeah.
And I think the defenses are comparable, though I think the Jags is a little bit better. I think they're getting better individual performances on that defense, but I don't know if they're that much better. That's kind of where I stand. Plus, I think coaching kind of matters too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
What do you think, Smitty?
No, I'm with the Colts, man. I think they got a better chance. Like, I like the Jags, but I think they still got a lot of growing to do. Yeah. I really believe like the conversation is more like the last 2 years was like the Colts were a quarterback away. You know what I mean? And I think if you get consistent play out of Daniel Jones, and he's had playoff experience, you know what I mean? He won a game before, you know what I mean?
Yep.
In a tough environment on the road, you know what I mean, versus Minnesota, like he had to go win a game at somebody else's house. I don't think Trevor Lawrence to me has proven that he can go out and win me a game. So I would go with the Colts, man. I think Shane Steichen makes a big difference in that he understands how to win in the playoffs. He understands how to get through tough environment games and if they can win the division, then shit, you get a guaranteed home game. I think they can win a home game for sure. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Shit, if you get a home game, you only got to win 2 more. I mean, you really only got to win 1 more game.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I mean, so if you asking me who can get two wins out of this, I'm probably going with the Colts.
Okay. All right. If Malik Neighbors never got hurt, he would have ended the season as wide receiver 1. I disagree. I think Puka's very clearly going to end up being wide receiver 1 if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Either him or Jackson Smith-Njigba, maybe.
I think it'd be Puka, honestly. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he's clearly the number one wide receiver in 2025.
Yeah. You think he could have a season as good as Jamar's? Triple crown? I don't know because he doesn't score many touchdowns.
That's the only thing. Yeah, he doesn't score, but he gets a lot of run.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason why I'm more impressed with Puka than I guess maybe you guys are is because he's consistently done this with another wide receiver that like has been a deserving one on his team.
But I mean, isn't the other receiver most of the time the other receiver getting starved though? That's why Cooper Kupp kind of got phased out. That's why I feel like the other receiver get kind of like phased out a little bit, man. Like, what is Devontae Adams looking like right now?
Devontae Adams has been solid. Now you're not going to have two number one performers on the team at the same time. You're not going to get peak Devontae season, but to say that, like, I mean, he's putting a chokehold on Devontae because he's getting so many targets, I don't think it's necessarily true. I think Devontae's been.
I feel like that's what happened to Cooper Kupp. I really and Rams fans agree with me. Like, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Like, Puka started getting so many targets. Cooper Kupp was at.
So the regular season, that Puka's best season is rookie year so far. I mean, because obviously he was hurt a lot last year. His rookie year, Cooper Kupp. Now this was only in 12 games because he got hurt. He had 95 targets in 12 games. So he was probably going to get up to
what was it like last year? What was it like in that last year though? I'm going to talk about the last year. Last year when he was there.
The last year he was there, another 12 games, and he had 100 targets. So he was on pace, and he was on pace for about a little over 1,000 yards and about 145 targets. So it's not like he's not targets, getting run.
But them 100 targets wasn't like the 100 he had the year before. You know what I mean? It was like it felt like he got those 100 because Puka went down.
Could be, but the year before that, where Puka played the whole season, he also got 100.
Yeah.
You got to go back and watch the game. You got to go back and watch the game, and then you understand what I'm saying. Like,
well, yeah, for sure. He's obviously not getting like every play called for him like he used to. That's very clear. But like
the offense felt like it ran more through Puka than Cooper. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I was about to say. It was more 2023 was more Cooper Kupp is the number one option. Last year it kind of flip-flopped, and then that's why it kind of felt like, you know, he got phased out, even though he still got 100 targets.
Sure, he got phased. Well, all I'm saying is that sure he got phased out, but I don't think that's necessarily Puka's problem. Puka was outperforming him and outplaying him. That's why he got phased out. Cooper's gotten old. We're seeing it this year. He can't get consistent targets with like no three on that team. It's just him and Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Yeah.
At least like the Rams have had like respectable tight ends and like decent guys outside of the top two. Like the Seahawks have nothing. So that's just kind of, I don't know, but yeah. Okay. Let's move on. I got probably two more. Daniel Jones is the current MVP and could win the MVP this year. I don't know if he's going to win the MVP. I don't know if they're going to be willing to give Daniel Jones the MVP.
Yeah, I
know who's winning the MVP this season.
I think Roger Goodell would probably rather give Josh Allen another MVP before he gives Daniel Jones an MVP. But he's playing. I mean, the first month of the season, he's been playing, you know, top 5 quarterback numbers.
You know who's winning the MVP this season?
Who's winning the MVP this
The Big Show.
No.
The Big Show's winning the MVP this season. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. If he keeps performing the way he's performing, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I think they'll give it to Josh Allen again before they give it to anybody else.
I don't think so.
Just me.
I don't think so because I think James Cook's is taking too much away from Josh this season. James Cook has been a star this year. I think Baker's got a good opportunity to be the MVP. Right now, I think it's four guys that are playing like MVPs, not 4 guys that are going to get votes. 4 guys that are playing like MVPs. Josh, Baker, Daniel Jones, and Dak. Those 4 are playing like MVPs.
Yeah, but I mean, we all know Dak ain't getting no votes.
Well, no,
Daniel Jones probably won't get votes because of his name, and even Baker to a certain extent. But he's probably the best shot out of all 3 to win MVP, if we had to come down to it. But
let me have something. Baker's gonna win. Right?
They say name, obviously team success, but the name holds a lot of weight.
Well, can y'all just ride with me, please?
You know, if the Bills, I can't ride with you, bro. If the Bills are, number 1 seed in the AFC and Josh Allen, maybe he doesn't have the season he had last year statistically, but it's 85% of what it was. They might just say, we'll give it to him again.
Yep. Goofball's up there too.
Yeah.
He's playing good
ball
right now.
They're not going to give it to him either.
He's probably more realistic than Baker getting it.
Imagine in terms of world where we're saying Jared Goff or Daniel Jones is the MVP of the league. I don't think they would let it happen.
You don't have enough. You don't have enough. You don't have enough votes, man. If Josh Allen has anywhere close to the season he had last year, they'll give it to him again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We'll see.
But Daniel Jones is hooping. We'll give him that.
I would hope that. Listen, I would hope my quarterback turn around and go on a crazy run, and then we could talk. We could have another talk.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't want regular season MVP though. You know what MVP I want.
Yeah.
It can happen, bro.
Yep.
Jalen got a lot of votes in 2022.
Yeah, he did. He should have won MVP in 2022 if it wasn't for the injury.
Getting hurt for 3 games. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's all I got for hot takes. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite hot take was or whatever your hot take is, because we will do this again in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So thank you guys for watching. All right, back to the podcast. So there's your outro for the video.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's
here.
Yeah, cut here. Here's a couple. Should we talk about a few of these games from last week? You guys want to talk about Denver?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. What the hell? Coaching malpractice. Run the fucking ball when you're up 14.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly
11 total team carries to 38 passes.
Dude, I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, this just reeks of that 2018 Carolina Panthers game where we blew a 17-point lead and lost in overtime to Cam Newton in a dream. Eagles dropped their first game of the year to the Denver Broncos, and shout out to them. I mean, Sean Payton had a great game plan, defense balled out. Bo Nix, they got the run game going, and obviously that played into their hands because that's their forte. Get the run going, work the play action, and it worked.
Yeah.
I thought that the pass game was, dialed the fuck in.
Yep.
Like it was dialed in, but it just seems like we over adjust to both extremes that we can't just like reel it in. Like Vic Fangio says, there's no adjusting at halftime. It's adjusting by series. And if you're not adjusting by series, then like you're going to lose the game.
For sure.
I feel like Kevin Patullo does not adjust till either halftime or next week.
Yep.
Now a lot can be said as to why, we didn't run the ball and we haven't run it well. The offensive line obviously is the root of all issues. They're banged up. Cam Jurgens is still, coming back from the back. Landon just rolled his ankle and he's dealing with a back injury as well. So, that's 2 pillars of that offensive line from last year that was the best that are hurt. They're not 100%. And Smitty mentioned it, me included, have been like, why are we not getting these, outside stretch runs where we're running off tackle and the guard's pulling? Well, Landon can't pull. Cam can't pull because they're hurt. And Tyler Steen just, isn't big body enough to pull. So it leaves the run game pretty predictable. And Kevin Patullo, I feel like, doesn't trust the offensive line to run block. So he's just like, you know what? We're just going to pass. And, I feel like we passed ourselves out of that fourth quarter. We were up 14 points, abandon the run, whether we can or can't. We got to at least try to run the football, in my opinion.
Yep.
It's criminal that Saquon only had 6 carries. Like, I don't know. But
I really want to hope, listen. I want to hope, like, this is, and I said it before when we was talking about it. I want to hope that Saquon was like, bro, my leg is hurting the fuck out of me. They're like, all right, well, look, we're going to use you as a decoy so we can be healthy going into a short week. We're not going to use you. And it was like, obviously, as a fan, I'm like, well, put somebody else in. But I understand how different the defense plays if you put a Will Shipley or A.J. Dillon out on the field. It's a little bit, it's going to be a totally different game. There's no respect for the run out of those two. We're just being honest. So I'm hoping that's what it was, because he did show up on the injury report 2 days in a row. Our first 2 practices of the week, he was on the injury report. He says he's going to play. He says he's sore. He said it's hurting. He said his knee was really hurting really bad or whatever after the game. He said he did what he had to do to be able to play this week. So I'm thinking these are rest days. And that makes more sense to me than you just not running Saquon after 4 consecutive weeks of him averaging like 18 or 19 carries a game.
Yeah, I
want to say it's injury, but I'm hoping, because even Jalen was hurt. They said Jalen was getting massages on the sideline on his calf, and he had 2 carries. Jalen ran way more than that.
Yeah. I mean that, but I still feel like all of those issues and us, them being hurt. It all just goes back to the poor play of the offensive line, the lack of run blocking. You see the pass blocking has been pretty good, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
At times they have some lapses, but the pass blocking has been pretty good. But I think you couple that with how undisciplined this team was, absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Some of the penalties, the false start, illegal man downfield, some of the defensive penalties, like what are we doing here? Like this is the stuff we cannot be doing. You couple that with, your pass all in the fourth quarter, all these penalties, it compounds to what we saw, and that's the Denver Broncos take advantage. So I want to see a lot less penalties tomorrow. And I want to see, more of a concerted effort to be balanced. But I do get that, the offensive line being banged up, Saquon and Jalen kind of being a little banged up, it makes it hard to fulfill that balance. But, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, we were one of the best situational football teams last year because of our ability to run the football and just run the clock out.
Right.
You still got talent. Like, we got to at least try to do it.
Right. Like my whole thing is, if the run doesn't work, at least you're burning clock. That's the thing. Like when the pass ain't working, the clock ain't moving. So, and just to give you a stat here, in the second half, you didn't have a single drive that lasted over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A single drive. You did not run the ball until the 4th drive in the second half. That was the beginning of the 4th quarter, after they scored their touchdown. You didn't run the ball. You're up 17-3 the whole 3rd quarter. You didn't run the ball until you were only up 7. It was 1 rush for 7 yards that didn't even count because it was a holding penalty. And then you didn't run the ball again until the second to last drive where you guys punted. 3 plays for 2 yards, 2 minutes and 30 seconds punt.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And then, I mean, obviously, AJ Brown and all the nonsense there, growing a life of its own. I mean, you come out in the media and say some stuff, and then have ultra bad miscommunication on a route that should have ended the game.
Right.
It makes you look bad, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to go to the extreme that AJ Brown is making Jalen Hurts look bad, even
Yeah.
though his comments may suggest that. I'm just gonna chalk it up to miscommunication, and they just kind of have to get on the same page.
Yep.
But it's good, sometimes to learn from a loss. It's
Yeah.
crazy because it's been an entire calendar year since we've lost under Jalen Hurts, but yeah, we just have a lot to clean up, like penalties.
Yeah.
Obviously, the run game, the pass game, like we gotta tighten up. But
Yeah.
it's good that we're going up against the Giants on a short week. It's
Yeah.
enough time for us to just kind of like flush it and move on.
Yeah.
And we got Vikings, Giants again in the bye week. So this is kind of like a little lull in the schedule. Not saying that both these teams are ass. The Giants are ass, but
Yeah.
it's a little.
But
lull
they don't know
in
that they're
control.
ass yet. They don't know they're ass yet. So they got some. They're hungry. Cam
won't know till tomorrow.
Scatabo thinks they're going to the Super Bowl. Okay.
Hey, and that's the other thing. I'm glad that you mentioned Cam Scatabo. That's the other thing. Defensively, we could not stop the run.
Yeah.
At all, and it is a problem. Like it is a huge problem.
Right.
And it's not like we have the lack of guys in the interior. I mean, the edge guys, yeah, we kind of have an issue there, with injuries, and we're getting thin, but it's tough. I mean, we saw at the beginning of last year, we had to move to that like 5-man front.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we gotta stop the run, man.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do, and like the fact that you guys lost the time of possession by 10 minutes when you were up is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like it's not.
It goes to the fact that we need to run the football.
Yeah, yeah. The fact that like even if you don't have much faith in your offensive line, like a good team when they're up runs the ball no matter what. Like you guys have a capable back in AJ Dillon, and you don't use them.
And Will Shipley too. I mean, to Smitty's point, the defense isn't going to respect you the same,
right?
But they're they're still talented. Like
right. My thing is though, in that situation in the second half, if you're running the ball up 4, they have to respect it because if they don't stop the run, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
In that situation, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And what I don't understand, like in our sense, like, okay, our offensive line is struggling. Why can't we just, bring on an extra offensive lineman? We've tried the use 12 personnel, and obviously it doesn't work because we can't have a tight end to block worth of shit outside of Dallas Goedert, and even he's struggling. But why can't we just go jumbo? Like take a wide receiver out, add an offensive lineman, or somebody. Like we gotta do something. We can't just keep running out of these 3-4 wide receiver sets and thinking it's gonna eventually work.
Facts. Yeah, I don't know.
But it was, as much as I was, upset about the loss and the blown lead, I feel like it was necessary because we've seen these issues. They kind of get masked under the stench of winning.
Yep.
So when you lose, then you really got to look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, this happened. We gotta clean this, and this up because we can't lose 2 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have like the you just can't. You can't do that right now.
Yeah. But I think we had it wasn't a players meeting, but it was just, Jalen, Saquon, and AJ had a long discussion about, how do we make things right? How do we get on track as an offense? And I like that. The guys, say what you want about the whole Jalen and AJ situation. I like that we're, obviously we want to win. We want to make things right. So, whatever it is, clearing a little bit of air and trying to get on the same page, never a bad thing. But we just got to lock in.
Mm-hmm.
We also got to get healthy because that's the other thing too. Like the offensive line being hurt doesn't help at all. Obviously, the defense, some key guys there being hurt, but we are getting Nakobe Dean back, which is going to be a really fun trio to see how Vic uses these linebackers. I kind of want to say I tried to tell y'all, at the beginning of the year when I said if Jihad Campbell balls out the first month of the season, it's going to be impossible to take him off the field when Nakobe Dean comes back.
He's playing good
and
ball.
Everybody was like, yeah. Well, Nakobe Dean was hooping last year, and he's just a rookie. We'll see. Here we are. Jihad Campbell has been one of the best, if not the best rookie defensively so far in the league. And coverage-wise, I don't know if he's top 5 in the league, but he's up there. He's really good. And I don't know how you take him off the field for Nakobe Dean, for substantial snaps. So it's going to be interesting to see how Vic kind of – obviously he said he's going to ease Nakobe back into the defense, but, once he's like, all right, we're full tilt Nakobe, how is this going to work between Bond, Hattie Campbell, Nakobe Dean?
Maybe you look to move off Nakobe Dean, upgrade your offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'd hate to let go of such a good young linebacker, but
you got an All-Pro and a potential Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. So I mean, I don't really think I think you can stomach it at that point, especially if you're getting back a guy that can pull.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see. I know Vic likes to drop some of those guys down on the line, so he can play a little bit more games there with who he drops. Because Zach and Jihad can both play that 5th edge guy. So
right.
So we'll see. But yeah, good week for us to kind of get back into the swing of things. And I know not really a game that we have on the docket to talk about, but I do think we get back on track. I am cautiously optimistic about how the offense will look.
Yeah.
But I just want to see us put together a balanced game offensively.
Yeah.
And, eliminate the penalties, control the game, do the things that we have to do to win, and I'll be happy. I'm not saying we got to blow the Giants out. Obviously the defense are going to ball out and do their thing, but I just want to see the offense, run effectively, pass effectively, and I want to see some flow and a balance there. Because we need that. We can't have this incompetent, bro, we got McDonald's cashier running a Fortune 500 company, bro. We can't have bro driving a ship like this.
Yeah, I agree. I will say here, and I kind of said this a couple of years ago when you had your season that fell apart mid-season. I was on y'all. I was on y'all ass. This is similar to that season. Different reasons, but
it's
getting
not
into
the same. But
we're getting into the territory of your offensive coordinator is so inept to where it's gonna help this team fall apart. To me, if the playoffs started today, I think there's 3 teams that are clearly better than you, and there's a couple other ones that I think could beat you. As president, I think the Bucks would beat you. I think Detroit would beat you. I think probably Green Bay would beat you. Now they've been a little inconsistent, but I think their top game's been better than anything you guys have put together. And then I think San Fran and Seattle's a toss-up. Now I'm not saying you guys are ass, but at this point, I don't know where you guys go. I mean, you're not blowing anybody out. You've got a 16 point differential. That's 4 points per game that you're beating some teams by, and you haven't really had, So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
We don't have an identity, and that's the problem. Are we going to pass the ball to run, or are we going to run the ball to pass? We just don't know what to do. And this past week really bit us in the ass because we kind of, succumbed to the media pressure of, oh my God, we got to get all these guys involved. And now the narrative turns around. Oh, well, Saquon only had 6 carries. Who cares what the media says, bro? Just win games. Play ball.
Right.
Do what we do best.
Right.
We run the football well.
Right.
And that sets up the pass.
The thing that frustrates me is, like, if you look at it at a broader scale from, like, you know, bird's eye view, this to me is a Nick Sirianni problem in terms of you last year. This is 10 of 11 starters returned. 10 of 11. There's no reason why the identity should be any different from last season. And not that it's different, but the fact that you're not able to figure it out when it's basically the same exact team, that's the problem. That is horrible. Yeah, and I said this a few years back, so this is kind of like a long-term tried to tell y'all, but you know, I said, I was like, you know, we signed Kellen Moore. We needed an OC last year that, you know, knew how to ran their system. Like bring in your own system and just run the show, because Nick Sirianni cannot run the show offensively. And I was like, you know, we get into this scenario, obviously, with the roster that we have, there's no reason why we shouldn't be Super Bowl contenders. We get into a scenario where, you know, we go win the Super Bowl, Kellen Moore leaves, we're in the same position we were in 2023, and here we are. Yeah. We are exactly there with Kevin Patullo. Yeah, he's a first-time play caller. I mean, you know, it's just a tough situation. I feel like the greater issue with Nick Sirianni, obviously he doesn't call plays, so he doesn't, you know, run a scheme. We just have this mentality of we're just going to out-talent you and you're just going to, you know, lay down. Like, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. So I don't know. I like to say that we're going to get it figured out and we have the leaders in the locker room to get it figured out. But when the guy running the offense, not the quarterback, because it's not the quarterback's issue. No. Everybody's saying it's Jalen Hurts. It's just pure hate speech and, you know, borderline racism. But that's my opinion. The problem that you're running into is the guy running the show, running the offense with the play sheet doesn't know what he's doing. Right. Like the wheel route to Saquon, they literally said, well, that wasn't in the playbook. Jalen Hurts is drawing up plays. That's how bad it is. He's just drawing them up in the sand and saying, fuck it, we go backyard football. That's how bad it is. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. This is me being ultra realistic. I don't know if we can win another Super Bowl without, like, a competent offensive coordinator running the show. No, you need good coaching to win a Super Bowl. It doesn't matter how great the team is.
It's like, it just like we can talent our way to however many wins, but like, you know, Kevin Patullo is calling the offense in that divisional round game against the Rams. I don't think we get it done.
No, you don't.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. But you know, I definitely have concerns that are justified. Yeah. And obviously, it bleeds over into everything else. The AJ stuff. They're getting Smitty riled up now, and he's talking. You know, it's just a collective. We all want to figure it out, kind of thing. But we'll see if we can. I'd like to say that we can against the ass Giants team. Yep. But you know, you got to help the defense. There's only so much that they can do, and we kind of saw it against Denver. Yeah. You know, we couldn't get that turnover. We couldn't get that play on special teams to flip the game, and it showed. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I say we should get into these games here for this season. I mean, for this week. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Does this still work? No, not really. That'll work. That's perfect. Bingo.
There you go. Right.
So, first game. Now you were clowning me outside of the show for picking this game.
Do we really got to talk about this game? Rams in Baltimore taking on the Cooper Rush led Ravens.
We don't. The point of this isn't necessarily to discuss the winner. It's to discuss the stakes. So, the Rams have been playing good football of late. Problem is they've lost 2 games now that they probably shouldn't have, and a lot they haven't been relying on the run as much as they should be, and they're going into a tougher environment. Say what you want about Cooper Rush, he's won football games in this league before. I think they're definitely going to win, but my thing is, what's Baltimore? This last year proves to me that was the year to get it done, if any.
Yeah,
if any, because the Eagles, they were the best team in football last year. But I'm not going to sit here and say that they were clearly leaps and bounds the best. To say that the Ravens weren't far off in terms of talent and ability, that's not necessarily fair. I think to the Ravens, any team probably could have beaten the Eagles, but we probably would have taken them over anyone.
Listen, I disagree, but that's just me.
Well, no, the Eagles were the best team in the league last year. I'm just saying, to say that,
But Baltimore was up there,
right?
And that was that was the year for them,
right?
To do it. I mean, because you look at the AFC. I mean, say the Bills have been the Bills, the Chiefs last year. It was looking fraudulent all season.
Yeah,
and. You get one competent team to knock them off, and then, you can see what happens. So, yeah, they definitely missed their chance. And the playoff ramifications of a loss here, even though Lamar Jackson's probably returning next week and the schedule gets, a little bit easier moving forward. But if they lose here,
right,
they might be in the playoffs.
A lot of people talk about their division, but I don't necessarily see the Steelers letting up. The Steelers will probably win 10 games. If they start 1-5, to say that they're going to win 9 of their next 11, I don't know. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I just don't know if that's going to happen. So the Baltimore's kind of has to win this game.
Yeah.
And that's why I put it on here. The Rams are 7.5-point favorites as it sits right now. On the road. So that at home, they'd be a 10-point favorite. So, I think we both agree it'll probably end up being the Rams covering that.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. I know the Ravens are getting healthier defensively, and they just signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So bolsters up the secondary a little bit. But offensively, I don't know if it's enough.
Right, because to me, it would be if Derrick Henry's running the ball well. He's been horrible this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to say Saquon sucks, but Derrick Henry has not been running it well either.
I think it's clearly not a Saquon issue.
Oh, yeah, no, without a doubt.
Yeah, this is a Derrick Henry issue. Their offensive line's healthy.
Yeah.
And he wasn't running the ball well with Lamar. So,
Yeah. But no, I think I just like you said, I just don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball that well on the Rams front. And obviously Cooper Rush in the passing game is, you got the stat line here. So I don't expect anything less than this.
No, I don't either. But we'll see, man. Matt Stafford's been moving. Fucking throwing the ball these last couple of weeks. He's got 900 passing yards in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
I know some Eagles fans that would say, "Oh, if Matt Stafford had this team, would not change shit, bro."
I would argue it would.
It wouldn't change the play calling, that's for sure.
No, but I think
it'd lead to more sexy losses like last week.
No, actually, here's my opinion on that. So I would say it would look a little different. Because I don't think
it look a little bit different.
Here's my thing. I think there's a very, very select few guys that can get it done with everything else falling around with the pass. Now, I think Jalen Hurts can save shit with the run. I don't know if he's necessarily the pure thrower to fix everything with his pass. I think there's only 4 guys that can do it. Josh, Pat, Matt, and I had the other one. Joe. Those 4 are the only ones that can save a game with just the arm. I don't think Jalen can do that. The reason why I think Jalen's a top guy is because he has the running ability on top of his passing, unlike anybody else.
Yeah, but he saved the game with his arm against Matt Stafford.
Yes, he did. He did.
So he can
play
do
well.
it.
He played
he
well.
Can clearly do it.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that collapse a couple of years ago happens if Matt Stafford's the quarterback.
I beg to differ.
I respect it. Whatever.
I beg to differ.
Second game, big game here. We've got Seattle going into Jacksonville. My guy, Sam Darnold, we could say. Last week, 341 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 28-34. What a game that was last week between the Bucs and the Saints.
Yeah.
In those throwback jerseys, dude. Oh my God, it was beautiful.
There could not have been another S tier game with that performance in those jerseys.
Right. And like, to me, like the Seahawks are 3-2, and like it was not Sam Darnold's fault they lost last week. He threw one pick, but like they were in a situation where he had to get it down the field as quick as possible, and it kind of just, you know what I mean? That wasn't a situation of, oh, Sam Darnold played bad. He had 6 incompletions on 34 throws. I think Seattle is awesome. Their defense is insane. Jackson Smith-Njigba is slowly becoming an elite receiver. There's a lot to love about this team. And then on the side of Jacksonville, they're doing a lot of good things too. Their defense is playing well. I think they're starting to get an idea of what they need to do with Travis Hunter. Last week was a little bit better. I mean, this past week was a little bit better of a showing. And they continue.
He made some nice plays offensively for them.
Right, and they continue to run the ball pretty well. It's just he needs to limit his turnovers. He's got a turnover in every game of like the last 20. So like he's got to dial that back. The spread as it sits right now, the Jags are 1.5 point favorites. So it's basically a pick 'em. I think this is a trap. I'm taking Seattle.
I was right there with you. I'm going to take Seattle as well.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the more consistent team.
Yes.
Both of these teams, like talent wise, are pretty evenly matched, but they've just been playing a more consistent brand of ball.
Yeah.
Than the Jags. The Jags are pretty up down, pretty volatile. And Seattle can force turnovers. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think I'm gonna ride with your intriguing Caucasian quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man.
Notice I didn't say exciting white because there's no other one.
He's
an intriguing Caucasian.
Listen. If the Giants beat y'all this week, they are the new exciting whites. Yes, they are. Yes, I want you. If the Giants win, I need you to come on this show and tell me that Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo are the new exciting whites.
That'll never happen.
It will happen for me, I promise.
That's never going to happen. Little CTE is not going to carry them to a win.
You never know the way you guys are run defending. Cam Scatterbo is going to run for 200 like fucking Rico Dowdle did.
No way. That hell would freeze over before Cam Scatterbo hung 200 on my run defense.
Yeah. This game's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Seattle. All right. Another big game.
Fun game.
Yep. San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Both teams are 4-1. This is the second window on Sunday. Mac Jones in week 5, another stellar performance, 342 yards, 2 tuds. And Baker Mayfield continues to show that I think right now he should be the favorite to win the MVP. 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that's his 4th game-winning drive of the season last week. That's insane. They've been playing incredible ball. Now, I think the difference, a lot of people are comparing this Bucs team to the Vikings of last season because they keep winning all of their close games.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Sam Darnold was willing them to wins last year as much as Baker's willing this team to wins. I think it's a very different method for sure. I think the Bucs have a little bit more of a lackluster defense than the Vikings did last year. I mean, they were a top unit. But they're well-rounded. They get after the quarterback. They don't let up the run. Bucky Irving for that. This is a game. He did that against the top defense without Bucky Irving last week and without Mike Evans. Like, my whole thing is when they get Mike Evans and Bucky Irving back, how good are they going to look? So, we've seen a little bit with Bucky and not much with Mike. So, I mean, we'll see for sure. To me, I think this is relatively an easy one. The Niners are a 3-point dog going into Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay's favored by 3. Mac Jones on the road. I mean, he's been playing really good in that Kyle Shanahan offense. But one thing
he
that
just went into LA and beat the Rams, who are
he did,
top team.
Yeah.
What can he do with it to Baker Mayfield and the Bucks?
Yeah. It's tough because I think the Bucks and Rams are very comparable. I would argue I think the Bucks are better than the Rams, but the big question is going to be if Bucky plays. I think
he's trending towards not playing, from what I read.
Let's see,
which would lead Rashad White into the starting. And last week he had 2 passing touchdowns. He wasn't really too effective in the run game, but oh man, this is tough because part of me wants to take San Francisco. Kind of, I might start buying into the Kyle Shanahan propaganda a little bit, but at the same time, the Bucks have just been doing whatever it takes to win games. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with the Bucks -3 at home. Like you said, say what you want about the close games. They're just kind of willing themselves to wins, but it's finding ways to win. They do really have to get the run game going here a little bit.
Yeah,
but Baker has been hooping.
Sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other because the Niners have also been playing really good. So, but I'm going to go with Tampa Bay, and I know you probably are too.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going Tampa Bay. I'm riding with my guy until the wheels fall off. That's kind of where I'm at. I love Tampa's game. Emeka Egbuka is officially my guy. Okay, he's my guy.
I put guy that you said is my guy.
I put claim to him. Listen, you can claim all the guys you want, you just haven't. All your guys wear green.
And that's how it should be.
Hey, listen. I don't have that. I have a guy that wears green, only one. But there's another guy that wears green that keeps wearing him down. Yeah. Tampa Bay. This one's relatively easy for me. Although it's going to be a coin flip for sure.
Yeah.
Game 4 here, Detroit going into Kansas City, the rematch of last year's opener. This is Sunday night, 2 years ago. Yeah, this is Sunday Night Football. Detroit is 4-1. Kansas City's 2-3. I think as of right now, Kansas City's actually favored.
At home.
Let's see, it's in here somewhere. Yeah. They're favored by 2.5. Not a big spread.
This is tough because I'm going Detroit. Reason being, the week 1 loss to the Packers was brutal, but they've kind of gotten their shit together and they've found the run game. They've found their way there in the play action. The defense is coming along. Like, they've been trending up.
Yep.
The Kansas City Chiefs have been up and down, hot and cold.
Mm-hmm.
More so similar issues to really, how the Eagles lost against the Broncos, a lack of a run game and penalties.
Yep.
The Chiefs have been very undisciplined, and their lack of a run game kills them. That's their Achilles heel, because Patrick Mahomes can only do so much. We saw it on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
They're at home, and they're going to have some juice, but I just think that they're probably, I wouldn't say outcoached, but I think the Lions are going to outplay them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Lions. Lions points.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. The Lions are like very sneakily playing the best football in the league right now. Jared Goff's passing it at like 77% a clip. He's been awesome. Their running backs are great. There's just nothing. There's nothing not to like about the Lions right now. which is very interesting to me considering they lost both of their coordinators. But yeah, I don't see a world where so here's the thing with Kansas City. In years past, it's been if it's a close game and Pat touches the ball in the last 5 minutes, they're winning the game.
Yeah.
The last few games hasn't been that case.
No,
he
hasn't
just
been that way.
No, and I don't necessarily think it's a him problem. I think we clearly saw in that Jags game he had an underneath shot with like 20 seconds left to get him up over midfield, and the guys just didn't turn their heads around. They kept running. The ball literally hit Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, off the back of his head. Because he didn't turn around. He wasn't aware in that situation, and that's inevitably what lost him the game. Pat threw a pick six. I don't think was a huge thing on him. That was kind of just an outrageous play by Devin Lloyd, 99-yard pick six. But if they're going to continue to run the ball the way they are and the receivers are going to play the way they are, he can't afford to make any mistakes. And to ask any quarterback to make 0 mistakes consistently is just not possible.
Yeah. Not only that, but make 0 mistakes, but your offensive line is making a ton of mistakes and you don't have a run game.
Yeah.
So you're kind of handcuffed to begin with.
Right.
And you can't make any mistakes. That's hard for any quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and, we talk about the ramifications for the Ravens losing.
Yeah.
The ramifications for the Chiefs losing
big
aren't that far off of the Ravens.
No, they'll comfortably sit in 3rd place in their division. The reason why the Ravens aren't that worried is because the Steelers could very well lose this week. The Steelers play Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland will probably not beat them, but you
never know.
They could sneak it. Yeah, they could sneak in the back door of the wild card by getting 2nd place in that division against those bums. There aren't really any bums in that division. I mean, the Raiders are kind of meh. That's
other than that, you got the Chargers playing well and the Broncos playing well.
Yeah. The way the Chiefs are playing, they're not beating either of those teams. So, yeah. I mean, we already saw they lost the opener against the Chargers. So, realistically, they're back 4 games on them, really, if they come out of this game with a loss. So, yeah. A big thing, I mean, they were just undisciplined last week. They had 13 penalties for 109 yards. That is not something that the Chiefs do.
Yeah. That really killed them. That was really what killed them.
Yeah. And also Pat is their leading rusher for the season. It's you just can't.
There's only so much you can do. And like I said, I mean, the Lions are going to take advantage of that the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
And, say what you want about Patrick Mahomes, being, baby goat, but even he needs help.
Yeah, they ain't got the horses right now. Travis has been playing the last couple of weeks, but just Travis, it's not prime Travis.
He hasn't even been playing that great either.
No.
But you do get Rashee Rice back next week, so that'll be good. But again, who's going to be running the ball?
Right.
Pacheco hasn't been good. Kareem Hunt is kind of over the hill. I mean, he broke that one, but other than that, that was it.
There's rumors that they're targeting Brees.
Now that would be interesting to add to that offense.
Brees is a free agent after this year, and clearly we're not doing anything. We're 0-5.
Right.
And he's unrestricted for us. So it's pretty clear he probably won't be returning. Which breaks my heart because Brees is so fucking good, dude. Brees behind a great offensive line is going to be disgusting. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting pairing, Brees and KC.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, for this game here specifically, though, I think the Lions will take advantage of these weaknesses, and
I agree.
It's gonna be crazy if it does happen to see KC 2-4. Who would have thought?
Right, I'm right there with you. Last game, Chicago at Washington, the rematch of the number 1 and 2 picks. The Bears are coming off of a bye the week before that. Caleb, 212 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. I think before the bye, the Bears were picking up a little bit of momentum. They were playing better football. And last week, Washington, Bill played phenomenally, 150 total yards, 2 touchdowns.
Bill.
Facts. Yeah. They're starting to find their groove as well, 3-2. I I think this is an interesting game. I mean, you get the bye week with a play caller like Ben Johnson. We'll see what that ends up being. It's really like a big test for Chicago in that division where they're 2-2. It's super early in the season. This could be a game that could really flip everything on their head because this is a team that they're going to be competing for a wild card spot against. So if they can capitalize, go 3-2 here, it's a pretty big game. I would imagine Washington's favored. Let's see. Yeah, Washington's favored by 4.5. Not a huge spread.
Yeah. That's tough because, you look at some of the weaknesses in the Washington defense, like secondary wise, and look, the Bears have, a little bit of an advantage there, but at the same time, you look at the game Bill had last week, and it plays right into the hands of, the weakness of the Bears, just run the football.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go Washington here.
Yeah.
I think, they're kind of finding a little bit of an identity. With Bill running the football as well as he did. I think he kind of locked up that running back number 1 position there.
For sure.
I think they are getting Terry McLaurin back, which is good for the guys. Debo has been great. Say what you want, but Unk has been hooping.
Yeah, dude.
And
pass me the rock, nephew.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when you go to the league. But Jaden Daniels has been finding a little bit of his groove. Getting some guys back. I think I'll probably side on Washington at home.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other, as we saw last year, taking a Hail Mary to decide the game. Yep. Because, like you said, the Bears, before the bye, were kind of on an upswing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the exact reason I'm going to take Chicago here. I think the spread is favorable for them. I think they can keep it within 3 points. Also, coming off of the bye is big, and it's an extended bye, too. They went from Sunday to Monday. So that's good for them. Caleb, the thing is, they get 2 weeks to prep for this team. With a talented quarterback, a great play caller, and a good pass rush. That's big for me. And with that, Jaden's still kind of getting back to 100% too. So there's a few things in this game I find leaning the Chicago's way, and for that reason, that's who I'm going to take. That's what I'm going to take. I like Caleb to kind of get the ball rolling on this season, and try to put them in a position where they can chase a wild card spot. So
yeah. I mean, hey. You can go with your guy Caleb, and I'll go with the unction. The unction is hooping.
Yeah.
The Washington unction.
Yep. Shout out them boys, dude.
Oldest
all right.
in the league.
Yep. Well, that's all I got. I'm pretty good. I'm excited for this week of football. There's a lot of good games. I'm excited to watch the Jets lose early in the morning on Sunday and ruin my day.
Y'all going for that number 1 pick? Yeah, listen. Before we get out of here, I kind of want to hear, like we haven't heard any Jets talk. I know there's probably not much we're missing, but I just want to see where your headspace is at, bro.
Right. So
give us something.
Here's where I'm at. Okay. There's a lot of discourse going on online regarding Justin Fields is not the problem because Justin Fields has 900 yards passing the last 3 weeks. It's very clearly to me he is the problem. They are not willing to put him in positions to make plays on his own. We're starting games in jumbo set, 6 linemen running the entire first drive with 6 linemen. That's what we're doing. Now we've put together some awesome drives doing that. We've run the ball 13 times, passed it once, and scored a touchdown without even getting to a third down. We've had some drives like that, but you can't do that for an entire game. You just can't. Because eventually what's going to happen is they're going to double up Garrett, load the box, leave your ass other 2 and 3 receivers out to run, and Justin Fields isn't going to be able to get him the ball. It's just not how it's going. Garrett Wilson he has played like a top 5 receiver this season. The catches that he's made to keep drives alive, to score touchdowns, he's putting together an elite season. He's just not going to end up with the counting stats because he doesn't have a good quarterback.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. And Brees is playing better than I could imagine he was. He's averaging 5.3 a carry. He's got no touchdowns right now, but that's because Justin Fields and Braylon Allen kind of take over in the red zone. But we're running the ball so well. Our offensive line is humming when we're running the ball. We just can't pass. We can't pass pro up the middle. That's the only thing right now. Now Elijah Vera Tucker got hurt to start like at the beginning of the season, and he's our pass pro god. And that's kind of what's happened. But to me, Justin Fields has made his name out of moving out of the pocket, extending plays, doing things like that, and he's just not doing it. He's just not. He's looking at first read, tucking it, trying to run, getting blown up, or he's looking at first read and just locking to it, throwing to it, and that's it. He hasn't thrown a pick yet this season, but like it's because he's not throwing the ball. He's got 106 attempts in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's only 25 a game. That's not a lot of attempts. And it's just not going well. It's very clear that all we want to do is run the ball because we do not have the horses to throw it. We just don't. Like, and a lot of these, like, people have been making jokes, like a lot of these counting stats have been happening late in the fourth quarter, and they have been because we've been down by 30 in some of these games. We were down for Dallas 30-3 at one point. We made it a 37-23 game.
Yeah.
All in the fourth quarter. So it's not good. Our defense has looked totally inept. Sauce Gardner has not improved since he got into the league. He's not. He joined the league, was a first-team All-Pro, and has taken a slight step back since then. Now, he's still a good corner, but he didn't used to get beat, ever.
Yeah.
He's gotten beat multiple times this season already. And he's not getting PBUs, and he's not a guy that gets picks because they don't throw him the ball enough. So I don't know exactly what we're doing. Brandon Stevens is our second leading tackler, and he's a corner. You know what that tells me? They're targeting the shit out of him. He's letting up catches and getting tackles. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
And it just isn't good. Our linebackers are playing really well. Our pass rush hasn't been great because we've been missing Jermaine Johnson. But there's just really nothing to like about this team right now. Our leading receivers are Garrett Wilson, a rookie tight end, Brees Hall, our backup tight end, and our backup running back. Those are our top leading receivers for the season.
Insane.
Yeah, it's not good. Our fourth leading receiver has 6 catches.
6
catches. That's what we can't rely on that for an entire season, and that's why we're losing games. We can't put a complete game together because we don't have the quarterback. You give me a guy like a Joe Flacco who at least can move the ball down the field. He might throw a pick or two. I'm much more comfortable losing games because my quarterback's turning the ball over and like at least trying to put it in the air instead of just running the ball 50 times and not giving wide receivers a chance to make a play early on in games. So the only time they're getting opportunities is in the second half because we have to.
Right.
So this team, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know when they're going to win their next game. They're not beating Denver. That defense is too elite. We're not beating them. If I look at, let me see here at our next upcoming games.
Yeah, you might honestly be in tank mode at that point.
Right. I mean, we're going to lose to the Broncos. We're going to be 0-6. We'll probably win the next week. We're at home against the Panthers. But I'm not even convinced that we're the worst team in football. There's no one we should beat right now. We're 0-5, the only 0-5 team. And then we got Bengals, Browns, Patriots, Ravens. Like it's all teams that are scrappy and that do something well. We're the only team in the league that does not do anything well. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think our rookies have actually been playing really good. I like a lot of our guys. We've got a lot of talent. I don't know what it is. We're undisciplined. Like it doesn't matter how many coaching shifts we've gone through. It's kind of the same thing. That tells me it's poor leadership, too much pressure. We're taking on the identity of our owner and not the identity of our coach. And that's the reason why the Cowboys haven't gone to a Super Bowl in a long time. And that's the reason why the Jets continue to be bad. So the only reason it's different for us is because our guy isn't in the media all the time, but it's the same exact problem the Cowboys are having. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's always a big issue when your owner is, dictating the identity of the team, whether it's actions, in the media or outside of that in the building. But, it's just perplexing, for a team that has so much talent, so much young
Right.
talent, why they're just so bad.
Mhm.
Just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's always been like kind of my mystery. Even back to like when you guys first signed Aaron Rodgers a few years ago, it was like, oh my God, this team is going to be an absolute contender.
Yeah.
Obviously, the injury happened, and then that didn't happen. But it was like the next year, oh well, he's coming back, so they should still be like a playoff team. It wasn't even that.
No, it wasn't even close.
So, yeah, I mean, no matter what coaching change has been, roster turnover, like it just has not worked out.
No, it hasn't.
But
it's not been good.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, it is what it is. Probably just hoping for the first overall pick at this point. But like, what quarterback would you want?
None. There's no good quarterbacks in college football right now that are like reasonable number one picks. Yeah. No one's playing good. Everyone, all the guys who everyone thought were going to be great that could potentially come out, Arch Manning, Drew Aller, they're all playing bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could say that's kind of similar to what was happening a little bit last year. And we've gotten some good quarterbacks. We'll see, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like a guy like Garrett Nussmeier.
A guy named Garrett Nussmeier is not going to be a great quarterback.
I don't know.
He's just not. He's just not. Ugly names don't translate to good football players. I don't know if you've ever really noticed that.
We've talked about this before on this program.
Yes, and I'm 100% right.
I don't know, bro. Garrett Nuss.
It's not happening.
I don't know, bro.
My quarterback Nussmeier.
Listen, bro. If you get the Nussy on your team, y'all gonna be hooping.
No. It's just not good, dude. It's just not good. But that's where I stand with it. We're not a good football team. We're not going to be a good football team probably ever. That's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. I mean, not until our owner dies. That's pretty much,
Yeah.
Buffalo fans are the number one Woody Johnson fan.
Yeah.
So, but that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Day One podcast. We really appreciate all of your love the last couple of weeks. I mean, seriously, this podcast has basically completely doubled in terms of subscriber count, and the viewership has been absolutely insane. Keep watching these shorts. We know it's not necessarily translating to live viewers in a community yet, but we plan to get there one day. We're going to keep doing what we can.
We're going to keep working on it.
Right.
And y'all need to work with us too. Hit the subscribe button, watch the content, interact like y'all been doing on the shorts and whatnot. Just don't stop. We ain't stopping, so why should you?
Right. Yeah. But we got love for y'all. We appreciate you. Whether you're on a boat, bus, or plane, you can get the Day One podcast content anywhere in the world. So go down to your local Sprint Mobile, get the 4 for $100 deal. $25 a line is pretty damn cheap. All right. So you can afford it. Don't play with me.
In this economy?
$25 a line. Let's be serious. Make your kids get a job at 16 and pay for the phone line. All right. We appreciate y'all so much. I'm Kyle. That's Anthony. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.